All right, so this video is going to be how to make one of these side-mounted quivers out of just some foam and a piece of PVC pipe, or the PVC pipe cap. This is just a 3-inch cap. So I'm just going to start off by getting a 3-inch PVC pipe lid. You can find this at Lowe's for like $8. I'm going to start off by sanding off this barcode and these letters, and that will thin out the walls and make this a little bit easier to bend and a little bit less heavy. Alright, so now I'm going to heat it up with a heat gun. I'm just going to put this piece of tin foil down to help reflect some of the heat back up into the cap. And also to protect my bench and keep something from catching on fire. Once I get this heated up, I'm going to take it to my vise and pinch it. Trying to focus most of the force on the bottom of the cap, on the not the open side, the closed side. Try to get it flat. Focus most of the heat there too. If you don't have a vise, you can just pinch it with your hands, like put on some oven mitts or a towel or something like that. I had the idea to just go ahead and move this to my vise, and then I could just heat it and bend it at the same time. You can take a wooden block, scrap you have lying around, shove it into the opening here to make sure that that top part doesn't close in too much while you're pinching the bottom. So once you heat it up, stick it in your vise, put something in the mouth to make sure it doesn't close, and then just tighten it down. Form it into a cup. If you don't got a vise, just put something in the mouth and push on the bottom with your hand with like a oven mitt or something. Alright, so now we have our cup shaped, and I reheated it and fixed it to where it was pretty close to where I wanted it. It's not perfect, but it's good enough for what I want it for. Now we have it shaped, I'm going to drill some holes. Right here, somewhere over here. It's about right there. Now this is just a bungee strap from Lowe's. It was like $5, and I've used it to make 2 of these so far, so I can make several with it. And I got the one that already had the slots in it. Honestly, you could just get a regular one and then drill your own hole. That way it'll fit better, but this is the one I have, so it's the one I'm going to use. You want this to kind of be a tight fit, so you ain't got to worry about gluing it or anything. And then all you need is just this tagging over here sticking out. Just enough to get something through that first hole to keep it from being pulled out. And the hardest part is bending it and getting it through the second hole. But that's that. Alright, so now I'm going to leave this long just so you can wrap it around whatever bow you're going to use it for and then cut it later. But you need something to put right here to keep this from rotating around the bow limb. What I'm going to do is I got this EVA foam from a craft store, and I wish this would work a lot better if you could find a foam that was the right thickness instead of having to glue 4 together like I did. And as you can see, the cuts do not look good. So don't do what I did. Try to find some kind of foam that's not super thin and then just use it. But this will work for what we're doing. So I'm going to cut a square of it to be the same size as in between these. So whatever, that's about 2 inches. And then cut a V into it so it wraps around the bow limb. All right, so I have this marked off to a 1.5 by 2-inch rectangle. I just got a hacksaw here. You could definitely cut this with a knife. I just find that a hacksaw seems to be a much cleaner cut. So definitely recommend getting this, getting a, I don't know, what is that? 1-inch thick, exactly, piece of EVA foam. So, all right, so hopefully you can kind of see that V I cut on there, or I drew on there, I'm about to cut. That's kind of the angle of what you're going for, and it don't have to be perfect. You just want it to be able to wrap around your bow limb. And it don't have to be perfect because the bungees will squeeze it to make sure that it's a tight fit. And make sure these are glued together well if you did what I did. There we go. And that's what you're looking for. So that'll pinch around your limb, keep that from moving around. So that should still be pretty roughed up from when we sanded it. So you shouldn't need to sand it again. You just take some super glue. And you want to put it all over the middle part and onto the sides of the square. Kind of like that. And kind of leave this and that side open. You do that so that those bungees will pinch that around your limb and make it a snug fit. I'm gonna get that up and down just like that. So now you have to figure out a way how to hook this into that. And you could use a tiny nut and bolt, stainless steel. You could use a button or whatever. I have a screw. So I'm gonna heat up the screw and bend it and use that. Take this and put it through the back of this one. Like that. Make sure that's on camera. And when you wrap it around, you can just slide it through like so. And boom, it's hooked. All right, so I went ahead and cut this off, measured it. So this bottom part is pretty much done, except for the fact, I have to A, paint it, or B, make a leather cup to go around it, depending on how traditional you want to be. But also need to put some foam in there. I wouldn't recommend using that same EVA foam for the inside part, just because it's too stiff, but if it's all you got, then that will work. Now, I should have painted this after I drilled the hole, but I didn't think to until it was too late. I'm just gonna paint it camouflage now. So there was the brown coat. Now I got green. I got this old laundry bag from boot camp. I'll throw on there. This will give it a kind of cool pattern. So now I'm going to cut this out. This is going to be the top part. You can see everybody cut some out. I decided to make it a little bit smaller. That's why there's 2 lines. As you can see, that'd be much better if it was just one piece of foam, but it'll do the job. Thanks, bud. So now I'm gonna drill 4 holes in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you want them to be about the same size as your arrows. Make sense?
Yeah, that's what.
I'm gonna cut these holes. Cut these slots to these holes.
Yeah.
Yep, that way we can put our arrows in it, huh? Now, just cut a slit right here, and you can slide this on your bow loom. This part's pretty self-explanatory. I'm gonna use this type of foam for the cup. Just put the cup on the foam, trace around it, cut it out, put glue on the bottom, and stuff it in.
Hey.
So that's that. That's done. That's pretty much the whole thing.
Yeah.
This is what it looks like when it's finished. This is a different one I made. The first one I made. There's the PVC pipe with it attached to the bow.
Yeah.
Works really well.
It should be there.
So I've been hunting with this several times. I actually just snuck up on some pigs 2 days ago with it. And sadly I missed the pig when I snuck up on it, but it worked really well. It could be a little heavy, but you can always just sand down this PVC pipe some more, the cap, and get it thinner. But besides that, this is surprisingly durable. Not giving me any trouble yet, and I took it hunting several times. And as you can see, it's not too loud. It's just foam, so why would it be? So.
Well, I should do